Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Gemini in August 2019. Hello, Gemini. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. All right. Oh, man, August. Summer is about to wrap up, my friends. How is it? How was your summer? How's your year? But no, more recently, how has your summer been? Just coming off of our Mercury retrograde in most of July. Finished up, at the end of July or just before August hit? Same difference, right? So hopefully the retrograde treated you pretty well. If not, I'm sorry. But hopefully everything in your life is going swimmingly or as best as possible, Gem. All right, guys, shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. We'll shuffle now on camera for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that is when the reading begins. Look in the description box below if you want the timestamp to jump ahead. I totally don't blame you. That's why I put it there, because I care about you and I like your sensibilities. But if you want to sit here and watch me ramble, that's also cool. Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. All the information is there and all the steps are there. But if you have any questions before you place an order, you can simply email me at the same address and I will answer you as soon as possible, okay? Anything else? Oh, yes. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Do all the fun things that YouTube allows you to do. It keeps me in the algorithm pool around here on YouTube, and I really do appreciate it. It keeps me afloat here, and it, just helps me move towards my personal goals with this channel, okay? Anything else? Not really. So let's go ahead and get you your outcome, okay? I want to see Gemini's outcome in August 2019. Please show me Gemini's outcome in August 2019. Please show me. Wow. You know what? That was interesting, because let me tell you, to get these 6 cards, pain in the ass. Took a long time. That's not a knock at you. That's just really, I spent like several minutes getting these 6 cards. So the fact that your outcome came that quickly, interesting. Maybe you're going through some back and forth energy of holding back, but then being like, straightforward and out there. I don't know, but whatever. Let's go and flip what came face down for you, and let's see what's going on. All right. Please show me Gemini in August 2019. Please show me where Gemini is in August 2019. Please show me. Okay, whew, got it. Okay, Gemini, coming into August 2019, you come in with the Emperor. Major Arcana for Aries, so some of you might be dealing with an Aries, but you don't have to be. Well, you feel really in control here. You feel really very much in the driver's seat, very much the creator of your own destiny, very much the boss. Very much just on top, hand firmly on the wheel, for good or for bad. And I'm feeling like really cautious with this energy because, sometimes the Emperor, not all the time, but sometimes the Emperor can be too much or overbearing or tyrannical or just like, just too tight of a grip sometimes. And I feel that's a potential here. I'm like cautioned against this. I'm cautioned against how in control and how strong or powerful you feel. And that's not to take away why you feel these ways or to undermine why you might feel that way or how deservingly you feel that you should be in control right now, Gemini. I wish I had a better example. But the only one that's coming to mind is Scrooge from A Christmas Story or A Christmas Tale or whatever that is. Ebenezer Scrooge. I forget the name of that. And it's Dickens, and I should know. I think it's Dickens, right? But how he is so accomplished or so fearsome a character that he ends up isolating himself. He becomes isolated from his common man or the people that populate the town or the city in which he lives, right? He's a curmudgeon. He's rich, he's well-to-do, he's wealthy, and he is a bastard, honestly. He, you know, could show charity and goodwill towards other people. He basically is already on top, and he's like shoving other people's face in the dirt. And it's just like, that energy exists here. You know, Tiny Tim comes up to you, is like, you know, do you have any spare change, sir? Do you have a penny for my bum leg or whatever? Whatever Tiny Tim, he didn't say for my bum leg, but whatever Tiny Tim asks him, or whatever that kid's role is there. And he, in the initial part of that story, is just like, get the hell out of my way, or like, vermin, go away. Very dismissive, right? Not recognizing that Tiny Tim and everybody else in the city is just like him, just a human, just a regular person, yeah? Ebenezer Scrooge is lost in his own fantasy, or in his own world of his own dominion. Like, everybody else around me is beneath me. Somebody in this reading could be reversed. It's a general, so take it as take this with a grain of salt, Gemini. But there's a person here who's feeling that way. Everybody else is beneath me. I'm in control. I'm the head honcho here. I'm the HNIC, for those who know what that is, okay? Or the HBIC, or whatever you want to put as the second letter there, you know? And I like the confidence. I'm not so sure about the firm iron grip. Like, there's like a chokehold. Like, another image I'm getting is like a Darth Vader, even though Darth Vader wasn't in control. The Emperor, the Emperor was in control. But it's like that crazy chokehold that Darth Vader can exude on somebody, like from across the room. Like, oh, you got something to say? Shut up. You know? It's like that. No room for anybody else's involvement, no room for anybody else's input, no room for anybody else's sensibilities or concerns. It's just whatever I want. I is just highlighted here. Oh my gosh. What it's based off of, where it's stemming from, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if that's important. But in the here and now, this person, I asked where you were, Gemini, so maybe that's a good portion of you are feeling that way. The caution is going deep with it, is being so immersed in your own glory, in your own power, and believing so much in yourself that, I mean, given what happens to Darth Vader, given what happens to Ebenezer Scrooge, comeuppance. You learn a lesson, a hard lesson. In the case of Darth Vader, you lost your life. You lost your wife, you lost your life. You lost your kids, you lost a lot. Because he was lusting after power. He was lusting after the Force, right? I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I know the gist of it. He was Anakin Skywalker. He got in close with the Emperor. He didn't know it was the Emperor at the time, but he's like, yo, I can show you the dark side. And he's like, oh, for real? The dark side? He's like, yeah, and the dark side, you know, it's so much cooler than the light side. Those Jedis, they do it with all these rules and regulations, and they're really nice about it, blah, blah, blah. On the dark side, we can stop death. And he's like, oh, my darling, what was her name? Padma? Or the Nicole Portman character? Nicole Portman. Natalie Portman character is like, he has this premonition that she's going to die, and he's like, I can't allow her to die. And it's just like, seeing the ends that he wanted, Darth Vader, he went to the dark side, which is not what you're supposed to do in this world of Star Wars. You're not supposed to err on the dark side because it's dark, it's not good, it's bad. And he wanted so much the power to control whether his wife lived or died, regardless of the grand design of the thing, that he lost his self, he lost his soul, so to speak. That's not part of Star Wars lore, but we can kind of see what they're trying to say there. He lost any sense of goodness in him because he was so thirsty for the power to control death, right? So there's something here where there's a lust for power, a lust for being control, a lust and a desire to lead my own life and fulfill myself fuck everybody else, or screw the decorum, or screw the rules or the status quo, screw any type of consequences. That's the other thing about that character. And again, with Ebenezer Scrooge, screw the consequences, screw what anybody else feels. It's about what I feel. So Gemini, for whatever reason, you're in this energy. Now, what else is going on? Because we spent a long time talking about that, and I actually don't like it. I actually am feeling uncomfortable, because whether that's a false thing from you, meaning this is like a mask you're wearing, you're wearing this strong mask of control, of being a leader, when inside you're actually very uncomfortable with that, or it's how other people are feeling. They see this bold, boisterous, very strong, domineering person in you, and they don't like it. So what else is happening here? Well, it's fearsome. It's fearsome. You're fighting, number one, or if you're not fighting, you're certainly very vocal about who you are and what you're doing, and you are isolating. Right? Yes. You're fighting, potentially isolating as well. So you're fighting, Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands isn't like the card of fighting, but what I mean, given this depiction in this particular deck, it is fighting. You've got these two wolves or foxes, or not even. I'm thinking of the other card. I'm sorry. You've got this one, it could be a feline character, but canine or feline character. And then you've got this duck or geese-like character, and then you've got this very scared goat on the top there. So there's like this ferocity, this fierce driving towards something, right? The dog-like character towards the goat. And then this geese is just onlooking like, holy shit, that's crazy. Like, that's a lot. That the goat, its goose is cooked. It's you guys are funny. Not you, but my guides. So it's like this bloodthirsty feeling. And it doesn't have to be that. Or there's something here about it being so intense. And it's just like, does it have to be that intense? Does it have to be that ferocious? And to one person or a few people in this situation, because the Seven of Wands, traditionally, we see 5 to 7 people with wands in their hands, like going at it, right? We see adversarial energy. This is a little predatorial, right? We do have one animal trying to devour another, and then the third animal is just like, oh my God, look out, goat, he's coming. You know, so there's this, like I said, predatory feeling here, chasing down after something, a goal, a person, a situation, or just a result or an outcome that would please the Emperor, please you, Gemini. Do you want a position at work? Are you like going hard for a promotion? Are you going hard for somebody that you're interested in? Are you being aggressive in terms of your dating? Are you being aggressive in terms of what you want in a relationship? I want to get married. I will not, if we end up together, or if, some of you could be saying this, if it comes to the end of 2019 and we are not married or engaged, this is over. Like ultimatum energy is also here a little bit, right? Are you, like, maybe this is self-contained energy, you know, and being a sign of duality. You could do this with yourself, where part of you is just like hungry for something and you're lusting after it and you want it so bad and you drive yourself towards it. And the other half is like in the corner going, oh my God, fierce, strong Gemini side is really going crazy. Oh my gosh, you know. So this uneased thing that I was talking about back here could be self-contained. Like you're realizing like how hard you're hitting the gym. You're like going like 5 days a week for 3 hours each day, and you got gains. You got gains, but the scared chubby kid inside of you is just like, oh my God, are you gonna beat me up and take my lunch money? Like it's like that. It's like something is being so powerful, so strong, and someone else or some other energy inside of you or whatever is just like freaked out in the corner, like, oh my God, this is about to go off in here. Like this is too much, you know? So caution here. You're fighting and you're driving, and I like that, but it's almost too much. Like with the gym thing I just said, 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. Are you trying to be a bodybuilder, or are you just trying to like shed 50 pounds? Like, ease up, man. Take a break. You know, and that's not professional advice. I'm not a fitness instructor or anything like that. And if you've worked with someone, or if you're following your own guidance that says you should do this and you're seeing gains the way you want, fine. But I feel a caution here that it's too much. In any situation, going this hard consistently, or going this hard, this fast, or staying so fixed on this goal, or being so dismissive of other people as you move towards something, that's dangerous. That is so dangerous, because again, going back to Star Wars, going back to Ebenezer Scrooge, you lose a part of yourself in that trajectory. In that path that you walk, Anakin Skywalker, you are no longer Anakin Skywalker. I call you Vader. That's what the Emperor says. You're Darth Vader. That's what he calls him. He took your name. Who you were born as, little Anakin Skywalker, building C3PO, building R2D2 or whatever, the father of Luke and Leia Skywalker, you are no longer that. You're now Darth Vader. So this path you're walking, Gemini, you are not going to be who you were previously. That can be good, that can be bad. I don't know. I feel kind of cautious for many of you. Some of you, it's exactly what you need. You need this change. You need this new dynamic in your life, or this new identity. Sure. But at what cost, I suppose, is the question. At what cost? And you see it on the other side. Boom. What you want, Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God, another animal of prey. Like if this is a fox or a wolf or some other type of predatorial animal, what the hell's a rabbit? Another thing to devour. So you are lusting after this Ace of Pentacles energy, new beginnings. In terms of Pentacles, we'd be talking about money, offers of gifts. Like I said, some of you are going hard for a promotion. Some of you are just going hard for a new job. Maybe the job you're at is total shit, and you're like, I need a new industry, I have a new idea. Some of you, this could be a creative project with the Wands and the Emperor that can bode some type of creative energy. So you could be going hard to get a screenplay, to sign on to a record label, to do whatever. And at the end of your efforts, because there's effort here with the Emperor and the Seven of Wands, what you're projecting out, what you're driving towards, or how you're moving forward, at the end is an offer, the potential of a new beginning of some sort, the seedling of something, right? Aces are the seedlings. We put them in the ground, we water them, and we tend to them, and hopefully they sprout fruit. Hopefully they bear fruit to us. They become beneficial to us, yeah? It's a potential. And in the case of this being a rabbit, if we're really talking about hunting a rabbit, whether you're a human being or another animal, rabbits are fast. You have to be just as fast. So there's this emphasis for a lot of you to strike while the iron is hot, or to be ready to chase that rabbit down its rabbit hole if you have to, in order to retrieve it. You are very focused on this. Very focused. Potentially isolating, though. I said that. Yes. Whoa. Oh, this is weird, because most of this is, quote unquote, in your favor, energetically. It's mostly in your favor. I'm warning you that I think there's a chance that things could not go well, or you could be losing something in this trajectory, and I think that you don't care. Or I think that whatever you're risking to lose, you're just like, okay, that's the price you pay. You know, some of you are very okay with this. Isolating, thank you. Five of Cups right beneath that Ace of Pentacles energy. So potentially after, or as you get closer to this goal that you're driving towards, there's someone around you, another person, or that shyer, more timid, more reserved Gemini energy inside of your not dual personality, like you're having, different, but that's your dynamic. That's your archetype as a Gemini, as a sign of duality. You constantly have these two sides of yourself that not vie for control, but oscillate between leadership of your day-to-day life, right? So it could be self-contained energy, but in many cases, it's going to be someone outside of you. Five of Cups energy. Oh, man. So, here we have what? An owl? And in my mind, if you follow me here you are, Emperor, morphing into like this dog coyote type energy, chasing after a goat, or wolf energy, whatever. You get the goat, you bag the goat. The geese is looking on going, holy shit. Then you turn your energy to the rabbit. The rabbit is just sitting there looking pretty, looking plump, right? Looking like something to take home, right? And then the other animal that's watching on, oh, I put that in the wrong place, my bad. The other animal that's looking on is this owl, presumably from above, like on in their nest, right? Looking over this situation. Like, I wish you could, and it's not really for you, it's really here for me so I can articulate it to you. But people are watching what you're doing and they're upset. They're hurt. They're scared. They're concerned. They don't know what you're doing. They don't know why you're doing this. Are you embarrassing people? Okay. That's not an accusation. I did not mean for that to sound accusatory, but maybe that's it. Instead of being afraid, perhaps people are embarrassed. Are you like hurting your reputation? Are you hurting the reputation of your family? Are you hurting the reputation of your company? Are you hurting the reputation or sort of the image that you put forth? Like, say you work together creatively with your business partners, so you're hurting not only the company, but you're hurting the public persona of your business partner, you know? So the way you're behaving, even though you don't think it is, Gemini, it affects other people. Here we go. And that is, again, going back to Scrooge and Darth Vader. You don't think that what you're doing affects other people. Now, from what I remember, because I'm going to go with Star Wars, because that's what I remember the most. Sorry for those who were hoping for me to talk about Dickens here. But in that movie, that whole series, the first 6 films, right? Anakin Skywalker pursues the dark side because he wants to prevent the death of Padma, right? That's her name, Padma, I think it is, or whatever her name is. Padme, something like that. He does it because he wants to stop her from dying. He's fearful of her death. He wants to stop it because he loves her so much, right? Little does he know that his pursuit of the dark side is what kills her, right? I believe they show when she's giving birth to Luke and Leia that she dies because she's brokenhearted. I think she says that. I think somebody says that in the movie. I die because my heart is broken, or I'm brokenhearted, or some shit like that. He, in his lust for control and power, isolated his relationship with her, took that tender love, whatever the hell they had with each other, where they were like falling in love despite their huge age difference, right? Which is not a knock, you know, that's fine. But you see, the thing that he wanted is the thing that ended up hurting her, or it ended up being the thing that, quote unquote, killed her, right? So whatever you're going after, it's detrimental to someone that you care about. That's the way it's detrimental. Not to the point of death. I'm not going to say, you know, you're living out that Star Wars, you know, fictional life, you know, or fictional story. No, I don't think it's to the point of someone dying or being hurt physically. But I think hurt emotionally, cups, absolutely. Because with the 5 of Cups, we keep looking at what we lost, right? In the traditional depiction of this card, you will see a figure in a black cloak looking at 3 cups that are spilled on the ground and ignoring the 2 cups in the background. Now, that could be you. You're ignoring 2 cups that are standing upright. Gemini, you could be turning your back on something that's good in your lust for something new or something that you feel will enhance your life, okay? But there's this fixation on what we no longer have, and ignoring what could be salvaged. And that could be for you and for them. Regardless, the emphasis is I don't want to say heartbreak, but kind of heartbreak, disappointment, Like I said, for some of you, maybe just embarrassment. It's just displeasured is the feeling. I feel displeasured, displeased. I feel not so comfortable with what I talked about previously. On one hand, I get it, because there's a lot to be accomplished here. There's a lot where I'm thinking of a thing, a goal, or I'm focused on a goal, and I'm going to get that goal. You know, in many situations, that sounds amazing. You're goal-oriented. You're a go-getter. You're a self-made man or woman. You're tenacious, blah, 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 blah. That all sounds great. The downside, or the flip side of that, is at what cost? What are you sacrificing? What are you throwing away? What are you ignoring? If you're throwing all your energy into getting fit, getting a job, getting a promotion, making this sale, or creating this project, or finishing this creative project and getting signed onto this label, working with this production company, starting your own business, what are you ignoring? Family, friends, your own other elements of your health. If you're so focused on your physical health, what about your mental and emotional health? You know, if you've had traumatic things happen to you, this is just general example. I'm not even talking specifically to anybody, but let's say you've had something really traumatic happen in your life, something devastating in your life, and recently, or something that has come up that has reminded you of it, and so now, to kind of ease your mind, you're hitting that gym all the time, every day, and your physical body is becoming healthier. You're running, you're eating well, whatever. But what about your emotional health? If you're constantly throwing your energy towards improving the physical self, you also need to throw in energy to fix the emotional and mental self as well. So on one hand it works, Gemini, but on the other hand, I'm like, you gotta remember all the other shit you're not taking care of, or the other things that aren't, you know, garnering your attention. Like Ebenezer Scrooge, you can have your, you know, wealth. You can be this powerful, ornery man in, I think it was London, right? But when it comes to giving charity or acknowledging those who don't have anything, and you just kind of push them aside, what are you doing? What are you losing in that transaction? What are you losing in that behavior? Think about it. So that is all isolated over here. That lose energy is all here. Everything else you feel in control and a boss of. If you look at the cards, I'm going to get to the other two in a minute, but out of the 6, there's only one card energetically that is giving me caution, straight up caution, like in your face caution. Caution is here. They're in everywhere else too, but this you cannot deny. But everywhere else, we're glossing over that. We're putting a paint of coat over that. Paint of coat? A coat of paint. A coat of paint over everything else. Now back here, foundationally for you, you already feel victorious. Being already in that Emperor energy of I can do it, I'm in control, I'm at the wheel, you already feel victorious with it. 6 of Wands right beneath you in your foundation. So either you're coming off of some type of win, some type of victory, some type of reward, right? Or you feel it's in tow. You feel it's coming up, or you know it's coming up. Maybe you've gone in for a promotion, you've gone through 2 or 3 interviews with the higher ups, and other people, other candidates in your job have done the same, but you have some inside information that just tells you, I'm gonna get that fucking promotion. Like, you feel good about it. I'm about to be, you know, the vice CPO around here, or I'm about to be vice of this, or I'm about to be president of that. You just know, okay? There's confidence, and I like it. But the thing that I don't normally say with the 6 of Wands, but I feel it here today, is there's an ego behind the 6 of Wands. There's like a expectancy, like so haughty, so snob, like nose in the air. Of course it's my position. Of course they're going to give me the promotion. Of course. It's like, okay, modest much? Not at all. There's a lack of modesty here. There's I am going to get it. Nobody can tell me any differently. And everybody who has something to say regarding the possibility that I won't get it or I'm not going to be successful, They're haters, so screw them. It's just like tunnel vision on this thing. It works in terms of getting your goals. I feel that it works. I feel that you're happy that it's working. But what are you losing? Wait. Thank you. Subtle hints, my friends. There's subtle hints in these cards. Because again, ferocious animal chasing that goat that looks scared shitless on top of that rock. The geese is looking like, holy shit, what's going on over there? Caution. This little rabbit looks plump, looks ready, but there's a caution because, again, in my mind, this owl sits up here and is looking down on that rabbit like, oh my God, look out, little rabbit. There's always an on-looking caution in this reading for you today. On-looking caution. Now, I was done talking, and they're like, wait. And I picked the card up, and there's a little detail that, again, gave me that on-looking caution feeling. Down there. Oh, come on and focus. No. Ah, you bastard. Okay, there we go. Okay. Right there, where my ring finger is, down here with my pinky, there's a hand. A very tired-looking hand. A hand that looks like it's been hurt, is defeated, is whatever. And then we have this man standing, or looks like a statue. Doesn't even necessarily look like a living human being. So this card, for the most part, is portraying some type of victory, some type of like overcoming energy. Yeah, we did it. You know, staking a flag in the ground, like, yeah, we did it. We're here, victorious. And this one dangling limb in the corner that portrays a different story. Sidebar caution is here for you, Gemini. I don't say it to scare you. I don't say it to detract you from doing what you're going to do, because you're going to do it anyway. I already feel that. Most of you are going to do like full steam ahead on this shit. But I'm telling you, there's a caution in the back here for most of you. Because of what you might lose in the process, or what you might forget, what you might sacrifice, and you might not want to sacrifice it. Again, Anakin Skywalker, if he knew, if he was able to connect the dots, if I go to the dark side, my wife will die, he probably wouldn't have gone. He was ignorantly focused on, I need the dark side, I need to control death, I need to save my wife. Not ever thinking or even conceiving of the idea of my thirst for power and control is the thing that's going to drive her to her deathbed. He had no clue. No clue. Now, beneath your Seven of Wands, again, this is what I think you know, or you just have this inkling, I'm going to be successful. King of Wands, right beneath that Seven of Wands. So after you try, you go towards your goal. Coyote or whatever, going towards the goat. And I don't even think coyotes like mess around with goats, but whatever. You drive for your prize. You get the prize, most likely. I'm going to tell you that. Most of you probably will get the prize. And you're going to feel bossed again. This is like a double down of your boss energy. King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, Emperor, you already feel accomplished. You go towards another goal. You get what you want. You feel like a boss again. And I like it because you're going to be happy. But as much as in my mind that Five of Cups can see that plump rabbit getting ready to be devoured, he also can see, this owl can also see the King of Wands. And again, I feel like some of you are leaving someone behind in terms of business, family, lovers, friends, I don't know. And you're turned away. Look at this. This owl, whoever that is, whatever energy that is in your life, is looking at you going, oh my God, what are you doing? Or, oh, Gemini. And if you're in this King of Wands energy, which I feel you mostly are, you've turned away. Not even acknowledging whom you've left behind, or whoever is watching you, and however they might feel. Disappointed, embarrassed, whatever. That's their problem, is kind of your energy back to them, if you even acknowledge them. If you even acknowledge them. Most of you are not going to be aware or are not even thinking in those grand terms. It's really about me, because Emperor is me, I energy, okay? And that King of Wands is very much in tandem with everything that's going on here, self-serving. It's okay, I guess. And again, it's like the circle of accomplishment here, right? Because I feel this Emperor projects over here to the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands comes down here. The eye line of the King of Wands goes back towards the Six of Wands victory. And even though his eye line isn't there, the statue type person here, the head is tilted up back towards the Emperor. So there's a... I'm going to use this term, and it's not exactly what it means, but this is like a circle jerk. You know, a self-pleasure thing, an egotistical thing, or a thing that's really internalized, really all the emphasis and your spotlight of energy, or how you project energy, is self-contained. It's all fire, too. I just realized that. Emperor, wands, 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 all fire. Listen. It might not be you. I've said you a lot because I asked in the beginning where you were. You could be dealing with a fire sign who's up their own butt, or so self-involved, so self-absorbed, that you're out here, maybe, for those who are like, this isn't me. I'm more tender-hearted than that, or I'm more caring than that. Fine, it's someone else. But let me tell you, the caution is the circle jerk. This idea of being satisfied within the self, own self-interest, own sensibilities, own ego, whatever. You have to have a wider, you don't have to do anything, but I would advise that you have a wider perspective here, Gemini, a wider perspective. How are the things that you're doing and saying affecting other people? If not affecting other people, reflecting on other people. Again, if you're in a business dynamic or a family dynamic, or even in a relationship, friendship, lovers, otherwise, how does what you're choosing to do for yourself look for your partner, your friends, your family? I don't think most of you care, or whoever is in this energy, I don't think that you really care, or again, ignorantly so focused on what you're, again, that Anakin Skywalker thing. If you don't know it, look up some YouTube videos, go to the wiki page, read about that character and his story arc. He acted out of what he thought was good intentions. If I get the force of the dark side in my power, if I can control it, if I can be under the tutelage of the Emperor in that story, right? He will teach me, and then I can use what I learn to be not only more powerful than him, because I think at some point he said who would be more powerful than the Emperor, but I would also be able to save my wife, to protect her. But ironically, or as George Lucas intended, lusting after that power, being blindly focused on obtaining it, is the thing that killed his wife. Or something that contributed to her death, if did not kill her outright. Okay? Oh my God. Your outcome, Gemini. Oh, gosh. I feel really exhausted. And it wasn't like a crazy read. I feel like I got super hyped with Taurus. But this felt really intense, you guys. Anyway, your outcome for August, Ace of Swords. Okay. So, here we have another predatory animal that sits with a crown on its head. Look at all these crowns. Crown on the Emperor. Crown on the King of Wands. Crown on the Ace of Swords. A lot of you are focused on that leadership, being at the top, head honcho. Just unquestionably the leader is your goal or somebody's goal. And with the Ace of Swords, what is that? Oh my God, that was weird. I saw like an eye of a dragon for some reason. I don't know why I saw that. And it was a green eye, so maybe that's what they want me to focus on, is that it was a green eye and a dragon being a monster. So maybe there's something here about jealousy. Maybe there's something here about envy. I don't know. There's like pride with this Ace of Swords as an outcome, feeling as if you possess this Ace of Swords, this weapon, right? That's the thing. Okay. Ace of Swords. Literally. A sword is a weapon. And what did I say I saw in my mind? The green eye of a dragon. In most stories, when you have dragons, you have someone who fights a dragon with a sword, right? So this Ace of Swords, whoever wields it, could be you, could be someone else, I don't know. Not really clear on that, if I'm honest. It's here to slay, right? Whoever possesses this, or whatever this Ace of Swords represents, it's here to slay the green-eyed monster. It's here to slay the dragon. So from your side, from their side, from whoever's side, there's a beast that has to be conquered, that has to be defeated. Now, I feel that mostly works because, well, it works because subjectively, whoever feels they're the hero, so to speak, whoever feels they're wielding or have the ability to wield the sword, feels that they're doing a good deed. And I have to agree with it because subjectively, I feel that. Subjectively, if you feel that everything you've done here is to defeat some beast within you, outside of you, to slay your competition, because the Seven of Wands can talk about competition as well, or like I said, other people might be vying for the same job that you have, but you've been in there wielding the sword, defeating your enemies. You feel good. But again, as I've cautioned over the entire thing, Gemini, at what cost? At what cost? There's irony at play here. There's something about unwittingly sacrificing here. There's this, I'm so convinced of my own good deeds that of course I'm doing the right thing, but then history will show, and I think that's kind of where this Star Wars thing comes in. History will show that Darth Vader, while in his own mind, from his own standpoint, felt he was doing the most correct thing he could do for the sake of his wife, for the sake of his unborn children, history showed not so much. How that fits into your life, whether you are Anakin Skywalker or you're Padma or you're R2-D2, I don't know who you are in that story. But whoever possesses the Ace of Swords feels they're doing the right thing. History will prove whether that's true or not. Oh, wow. Okay. Overall energy. Justice. And guys, when I'm doing this, I'm like not focused here most of the time. And so when I just said we'll prove yes or no, right or wrong, justice as the overall, come on. As an overall energy, what are we talking about? What is fair? What is right? What works in a broader contextual scheme of things? What is fair, man? Also, the major arcana for Libra, so some of you might be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. Oh, man. And another sword. Different sword, too, obviously. But look at this. In your outcome and your overall, we have two swords. Now, in terms of tarot, in terms of power, or emphasis, or oomph, pow, pizzazz, right? The one that, quote-unquote, wins or has a bit more of a hefty punch on its side is Justice, because it's a major arcana. The Ace of Swords belongs to the minor arcana. So, not to say one is good and one is bad. That's not what I'm saying here. It's terms of impact. is what I'm talking about. Minor arcana, that's your day-to-day life. That's what you deal with between your waking hours, a little bit sometimes with your sleeping hours in terms of nocturnal spaces, but ultimately what you experience here in the 3D. The major arcana speaks to the grandness of your life, or the overarching themes of your life, right? The macro space. I don't want to use this word, but for some of you it might be easier for you to understand a karmic space, okay? Or just an overseeing space, yeah? So in the day-to-day, Ace of Swords, we have some truth-seeking, we have some sword-wielding, we have someone doing upright work, what they believe is upright work. Whether or not that is aligned truly with goodness, fairness, in quotations, is a matter of justice, is overseen from a higher perspective by whatever you believe in or whatever you don't believe in. Does what whoever is interacting with this Ace of Swords, is their will, is their way, is their behavior in line with justice? We shall see. I am cautious to say maybe not. Like, I feel like, 50-50. Like, it's really up in the air. And actually, the scales are even. Not coming down on either side. Right up there, right? So it could go either way. It's really a coin toss. Coin toss? Guys, what did I say before? Notice the synchronicities that come through me. That's part of being an empath, or at least my type of empath. What did I say at the beginning? When I went to do your 6 cards, it took forever. When I went to get the outcome, I did 2 shuffles and then it came. I mixed up 2 words before. I just said what did I say? Coin toss? Coin toss. I am inverting or flipping. Does that make sense? It plays into your duality. It plays into that 50-50. It plays into the feeling accomplished but then losing something. It all plays into things shifting. What am I doing here? Like crossing over or crossing. Wires being crossed, something like that. I'm feeling the need to do this with my hands. And I would like to stop. It will stop now. There we go. So, for those that recognize synchronicities or they mean something to you, maybe that helps you. Gemini, that is your reading. If you liked it, please hit the like button for me. If you want to tell me how this resonated in your life, you can leave it in the comments below. I would love to see how this plays out in the specifics in your life, but of course you don't have to share anything on the internet that you don't want to. Anyway, you can also share this video across your social media platforms, letting other people know that you're watching my content and you like what you see here. And of course, if you're not subscribed already to my channel, I would love to see you become a subscriber. If this is your first time, welcome. If it's your second or third time and you're still not subscribed, you're still welcome, but maybe hit the clicky on the subscribe button. But only if you want to. No pressure here, no pressure. All right, Gemini, I'm going to be back in a few weeks to do your mid-August readings. You will also see, I don't think I'm going to announce it like a actual time because I don't know when, but I think next weekend I'm going to go live. I did mention this in July, but I'll mention it here again. I am going live in August, I think next weekend, but that live is specifically for Leos. It's tied into the Leo birthday messages, or the birthday messages that I will do for all zodiacs coming in this new year. Because last year I started in 2018 with Leos doing birthday messages. This was the second year for doing this, so I wanted to introduce new content. And what else could I do? I could do another reading, or I could go live and talk to people and interact with them. So that's what the live is for. I will be doing readings specifically for Leos who show up in the chat. But of course, it's open to everybody. If you want to come, say hi, hang out, eavesdrop on, there's a lot of fire energy here, so some of you might be dealing with a Leo. But if you want to come in and just chill and hang out, I won't actually address any other signs who need readings, but if you just want to say hi and relax, that's totally cool. I would really appreciate seeing you there, whether you're a Leo or not, okay? All right, Gemini, that concludes this reading. Again, I thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Bye.